So this is my 93 model R33 Skyline. I've had this for a while now. I bought it before all the prices skyrocketed, so I was able to pick this up for 5 grand. I was on a hell of a budget when I was doing this thing, and I was very keen to start modifying stuff, but without the money to do so, I tried to do it all on the cheap. So one of my first mods was these headlights. My headlights were so faded and corroded on the front, you couldn't really see through them at all. I saw on YouTube a video where a guy had cut them out and sort of sealed them up, and I quite liked the look of it, made it a bit more aggressive. So that was one of the first things that we did on this. I may have gotten a little bit too excited on eBay and bought this. This is just a stick-on. Over here, again, this is just a stick-on. This was the Project 33, so obviously we had some stickers made for it. It's a GTST M Sport, so we've got the sunroof, it's got a 5-speed manual. I was able to pick this up off Facebook Marketplace. Here we've got the ducktail spoiler, again, another Facebook Marketplace find. The rear bumper, side skirts, and front bumper, $100, Facebook Marketplace find. I was absolutely wrapped with it. Had to drive a couple hours to pick it up, but well worth it. Wheels, another Marketplace find. I can't remember exactly how much, it was probably around the 450 mark, but they were much nicer than the original wheels that it came with. So to get this bumper to fit, I had to do a fair bit of massaging, let's say, on the Rio bar that sits behind. It was a lot of work, but yeah, finally got it nice and neat. To change to these indicator globes, I had to go to an LED kit, which then got me the Hyper Flash. This is the car that I drove around for about 3 years before my mate Jared told me about the relay. Obviously we had to paint up the brakes. It is a very flush fit here with these wheels. I love it. One day the car was hot, so we decided to cut a little window for the turbo. This is actually just a speaker surround that I've flattened and sort of tucked into the bonnet. Up front we've got some custom fly screen. Rattle can spray job. I regret doing this. That was so much work to sand it all back, get it ready for paint. I wanted to use the cans and just see if I could do it. Ooh. Don't scratch the Duco. Went through so many cans as I was doing the paint job. They actually changed the nozzle midway through, and the second batch just created so many runs. So the interior was pretty clean on this car. I picked up an eBay shifter and handbrake boots. We also did a cube speed short shifter and a GK Tech steering wheel. I did a little bit of 3D printing. I've removed all the aircon system. That way I could fit in a few gauges, a double DIN head unit. We're running an Apexi ECU, so we've got the handheld controller there. I changed to the WRX seats. I just wanted something that held me in a bit tighter. I did a track day at Sandown, so we had to install the fire extinguisher. So the cannon that you've seen on the 31 was actually pinched off the 33, and I went to this dual exhaust. Just after I'd got the car looking average with all the body kit and the paint job, I took it to a hill climb and had a little oopsie, came off the track, tore this whole section, so a little bit of drift stitch went in. Ooh. So we've got the Cusco sway bar that I put in. These were another Bunnings job. The struts were completely worn out. All I've done is put one of these with the bracket and put a couple of holes and just punched it in. So we've got a RB25 DET. I picked this one up off Marketplace. So when I bought the car, while it's a GTST car, they'd actually swapped the engine to a non-turbo and bolted the turbo parts on it. Drove it around for maybe 10 days. Then I spun a rod bearing. We had no money at the time, so I actually got underneath, dropped the sump, lifted the engine up just a tiny bit so I could get the sump out, then dropped the bearing caps and slipped in a couple of new bearings. I kept the car under 3 grand for about a year, not revving above that because I just did not have the money to fix it, and I still wanted to be driving it around. So then when I did the hill climb, I gave it a little bit more of a boot, and instantly that rod knock was back. So the turbo, I've been told, is off an Evo 8. It's just got a cheap eBay manifold, still running the stock intake plenum. Got the Cusco strut brace, just a very cheap eBay catch can setup. While the engine was out, I actually drilled into the oil gallery to slip in an oil bypass valve. That way I could get rid of the RB25 heater cooler setup, and then you can use an RB20 adapter ring to run your oil filter. So it's set up with E85. So I've got 1000cc injectors, Walbro 460. We've got the Fenix radiator again. We've got the GK Tech fan. So originally when I bought the car, it had the thermofan on it. I just kept running into heating issues. I'd been told from a few people that were quite familiar with the RBs, and they said, go back to the clutch fan with a nice fan shroud and a GK Tech fan blade and you won't have any issues anymore. And 100%, it's sorted out our heating issues. At the same time, I've put in a oil cooler. So I've run the lines up to the front and that's sitting back here. Because I went to the high mount turbo, I actually had to move the power steering reservoir. So I ended out with just a fitting that I got off eBay, just to route this across and bolted this in up here. While the engine's out, that was the best time to do the rear head drain. So obviously these engines, they shoot all the oil up into the head and it can't get back down and actually starves the bottom end, which is when you start running into rod bearing issues. I've got the GK Tech cooling panel, just making sure that all the air goes through that radiator and intercooler. Let me know what your thoughts are on the build so far and what you think I should be doing next. Cheers.